To determine if noise is the problem or if the battery backup unit is defective, there are several troubleshooting steps you can take. Firstly, isolate the battery backup. Unplug it from all devices and test it independently. If it still switches to battery power frequently when nothing is connected, it's likely a unit defect and not related to noise from your equipment. Secondly, consider using a decibel meter to measure the noise level in your environment. Compare the measured noise level to the sensitivity setting of the battery backup. If the ambient noise exceeds the sensitivity setting, it may be triggering the backup to switch to battery power prematurely. Thirdly, try a different location. Place the battery backup in a quieter area of your home or office and observe if the issue persists. This will help you determine if the noise in your original location is the cause of the frequent switching. Check the USB cable that connects the battery backup to your computer. Ensure that the cable is securely connected at both ends and is not loose. A loose USB connection can sometimes cause erratic behavior. Refer to the user manual for specific instructions on how to reset the battery backup. This can sometimes resolve minor software or configuration issues. If you have exhausted all troubleshooting steps and the problem persists, contact the manufacturer of the battery backup. Report the issue and request technical support. They may be able to provide further troubleshooting steps or arrange for a replacement if the unit is defective. Here are some recommended resources that you can use for troubleshooting a battery backup system. APC has a battery university. The website is batteryuniversity.com, then learn, then article, then what is noise and how does it affect batteries. This site may provide additional useful information. Cyber Power Systems offers technical support through their website. The URL is cyberpowersystems.com, then support. Computer Hope hosts forums where you can ask questions and get advice from other users. The URL is computerhope.com, then forum. When troubleshooting electrical problems, it's always a good idea to start with the simplest and most obvious causes first, before moving on to more complex or technical solutions. This approach can save you time and effort in the long run. If you are not comfortable working with electrical equipment or troubleshooting power problems, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician or technician. They have the knowledge and experience to diagnose and repair electrical issues safely and effectively. Noise in the context of electrical systems refers to unwanted electromagnetic interference that can disrupt the normal operation of electronic devices. This noise can come from a variety of sources, including power lines, radio waves, and other electronic equipment. Battery backups are designed to provide clean and stable power to sensitive electronic devices, such as computers and servers. However, if the battery backup itself is susceptible to noise, it may not be able to perform its function properly. The sensitivity setting on a battery backup determines how sensitive it is to fluctuations in the incoming power supply. If the sensitivity is set too high, the battery backup may switch to battery power unnecessarily, even when the power supply is relatively stable. If the sensitivity is set too low, the battery backup may not switch to battery power quickly enough in the event of a power outage, which could damage the connected equipment. Choosing the right sensitivity setting for your battery backup is important for ensuring that it provides adequate protection for your equipment without switching to battery power unnecessarily. The optimal sensitivity setting will depend on the specific characteristics of your power supply and the type of equipment that is connected to the battery backup. The purpose of a battery backup is to provide temporary power to connected devices when the main power source is unavailable. This allows you to save your work and shut down your devices safely, preventing data loss or hardware damage. Battery backups typically consist of a battery, an inverter, and a charger. The battery stores electrical energy, the inverter converts the battery's direct current voltage to alternating current voltage, and the charger keeps the battery fully charged when the main power source is available. Battery backups come in a variety of sizes and power ratings, depending on the amount of power they need to supply and the length of time they need to provide backup power. Smaller battery backups are typically used for personal computers and other small electronic devices, while larger battery backups are used for servers, network equipment, and other critical systems. When choosing a battery backup, it is important to consider the power requirements of your connected devices and the length of time you need to provide backup power. You should also consider the features and capabilities of the battery backup, such as surge protection, voltage regulation, and remote monitoring. Regular maintenance is essential for ensuring that your battery backup is functioning properly. This includes checking the battery's charge level, inspecting the cables and connections, and replacing the battery when it reaches the end of its service life. By following these tips, you can ensure that your battery backup provides reliable power protection for your valuable electronic devices. Understanding the factors that could affect the performance of your battery backup can help you troubleshoot problems more effectively. By isolating the battery backup, measuring the noise level, trying a different location, checking the USB cable, and resetting the battery backup, you can often identify and resolve the cause of frequent switching. If you are unable to resolve the problem yourself, consulting with a qualified electrician or technician is always a good idea. They can help you diagnose and repair electrical issues safely and effectively. The quality of the power supply can also affect the performance of a battery backup. A poor quality power supply can introduce noise and other disturbances into the electrical system, which can cause the battery backup to switch to battery power unnecessarily. If you suspect that your power supply is the problem, you may want to consider replacing it with a high-quality unit. Surge protection is an important feature to look for in a battery backup. Surge protection helps to protect your equipment from damage caused by power surges, which are sudden increases in voltage that can occur due to lightning strikes, power outages, or other electrical events. Voltage regulation is another important feature to look for in a battery backup. Voltage regulation helps to ensure that your equipment receives a stable and consistent voltage even when the incoming power supply fluctuates. Remote monitoring allows you to monitor the status of your battery backup from a remote location. This can be useful for tracking the battery's charge level, detecting problems, and receiving alerts when the battery backup switches to battery power. It's worth looking into software options that allow monitoring of the UPS system from your computer and what data it can give you. A battery backup system provides additional benefits that go beyond just protection from power outages. These include power conditioning, voltage regulation, and surge suppression. Power conditioning refers to the system's ability to filter out noise and other disturbances from the incoming power supply. This ensures that your equipment receives clean and stable power, which can improve its performance and extend its lifespan. Voltage regulation ensures that your equipment receives a consistent voltage even when the incoming voltage fluctuates. This can prevent damage to your equipment and improve its reliability. Surge suppression protects your equipment from damage caused by power surges, which are sudden increases in voltage that can occur due to lightning strikes or other electrical events. By providing these additional benefits, a battery backup system can help to protect your equipment and improve its performance. When selecting a battery backup system, it is important to consider the specific needs of your equipment and the environment in which it will be used. This includes factors such as the power requirements of your equipment, the length of time you need to provide backup power, and the level of noise and other disturbances in your environment. By carefully considering these factors, you can choose a battery backup system that will provide reliable power protection and improve the performance of your equipment. Understanding the different types of battery backup systems that are available can help you make an informed decision when choosing a system for your needs. There are three main types of battery backup systems: standby, line interactive, and online. Standby battery backup systems are the most basic type of system. They typically provide backup power only when the main power source fails. When the main power source is available, the system simply passes the power through to the connected equipment. Line interactive battery backup systems are more advanced than standby systems. They provide voltage regulation in addition to backup power. This means that they can help to protect your equipment from voltage fluctuations, which can damage sensitive electronic components. Online battery backup systems are the most advanced type of system. They provide continuous power to the connected equipment even when the main power source is available. This means that there is no interruption in power when the main power source fails. Understanding the differences between these three types of systems can help you choose the system that is best suited for your needs. In summary, noise in your power environment can impact UPS, or uninterruptible power supply, functionality and cause it to switch to battery when it should not be doing so. Isolate, measure, and try a different location in addition to other tips to confirm the problem. Use the listed resources to troubleshoot the equipment.